Hey guys, my name is Jonah Bowdle, and if I were you, I would stay tuned to see how to set up an awesome green iguana enclosure. Okay, so really quickly, I'm going to clean up all this. Sorry, it's dark. First thing, I'm going to clean up all this extra silicone all around, and then I will actually start doing the setup. Okay, so I cut off some of the important parts. I'm not going to do it down there around the bottom because that's all going to be dirt all the way. All the white stuff on the bottom is going to be covered up by dirt, so it doesn't really matter. Now I'm just going to brush off all the extra dirt that isn't stuck by the silicone. Okay, so the point of this is to make sure that I get it all off now instead of later, so especially around the edges. If it's going to fall, I want to be able to sweep it all up at one time. Now I'm also exposing the wet areas so they can dry properly. Also, I wanted to expose the areas that need a touch-up. So I can do like a touch-up right before I add in the iguana, so like here, back there's just a little bit showing that I need to put more silicone and then dirt on. So these are two of the plants that I'll be adding in. That's why these two are just sitting here. So next time you see, I should be adding in dirt, and then I'll be adding in wood and the iguana. Okay guys, here's the plan of action. So we got these on, so now we can slide this a lot easier using these. We just siliconed them on. Then, and those are pieces of plexiglass. So here's the plan of action. So we need to drill a hole in the back there to get electricity into the top of this, and then I can put the lights in. So my dad just got home, and hopefully he'll help me with that. Not that I can't drill the hole, I just don't want to drill it in the wrong place. Then we're going to just slowly take all the wood except those two pieces back there out, like everything that we can get out, and then we get the iguana out because it'll just be easier that way. So that's the plan. Okay, so after drilling the hole, I started to install the lights. We got a new power strip, and then I took my two timers from the other power strip on the other stand, put them into here. I got a different timer for the lights down over at the other power strip, and I got all the lights up and running. Then I got the humidifier up and running. Now we have finally gotten to the fun part of this build, and that is actually putting stuff into the aquarium. So the first thing we have to do is we installed the lights just now, as you just saw. And now we're going to be removing all the wood and rocks and stuff from the iguana's terrarium without disturbing him in the corner. This was really fun for me because I got to see how big the population of my bugs grew in this terrarium. After this, me and my dad tried to figure out how to get the iguana out of his cage, and in the end we ended up using a towel, and it worked really, really well. Once we got it down, I took all the dirt out of it and started to break it apart because it was kind of hard, and then I started to put it into the iguana's terrarium. Again, this was really cool because I got to see all the isopods that had been living in the soil and how much they had reproduced. Okay, so now after finishing off this, then I'm going to get down this terrarium, take all the plants out of it, and empty it out of dirt, this one, all the way to the left. And right now the iguana's in a tub behind me, and that's all the wood I have. So now I'm going to be adding in the rest of the dirt. This was the rest of the dirt from the iguana's cage. After taking out the plants from this terrarium, I added the dirt from this terrarium, which might have had some rocks in it, but I had this really big piece of wood that the isopods will be able to eat, which will be pretty cool. This is actually a throwback to when I was working on the background of the iguana's terrarium, and I made 4 bricks of eco earth, and I mixed it with the dirt you see on the left, and that's actually the dirt that I'll be adding in next in the bottom of the iguana's terrarium. This doesn't have any living things in it like the other one did, but it'll be fine, and the isopods will be able to reproduce more in it. Now I could start adding the wood in, and there's really no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing here, except the fact that I want the iguana to be able to climb up really easily into the basking spot, and I wanted an area for this water bowl to be in and it to look really cool. And there to be a place for him to eat in the front so I could, you know, dump his food there. Okay, so now it's time to plant plants and then do more detailing. So I wanted to do something cool for the water dish, but I'm just going to do this, and hopefully the ground around it will kind of harden. Probably not with this humidifier. That will always be on, so that's really good. And then I'll spray it like once a day or so. Depending on how easy it is, I might do it twice a day. So what was I saying? Oh, we're going to plant the plants. We're going to plant up there around the water dish, probably some right here, and then up there, and then I'll do the detailing with, I have some slate rock that I kind of want to do stuff around here, and then I have leaves and stuff. Okay, so first I'm planting these big aloe vera plants, then I will be planting some bamboo, sorry for the crazy camera, and then I have some spider plants as well. Okay, so that makes it look crazy awesome. And I'm thinking that just adding the last bit is just gonna like blow my mind. So first of all, I'm gonna add some in the water. That's gonna be cool. That's just a thought that I was having. And I don't know how these two plants will do because they're really fragile plants, and I'm not very fragile. I'm not very careful with plants, I guess. They feel pretty rough. So same with that one back there. But those two, I know it'll get really hot, but I'm pretty sure that's just how those two bamboo were, and they were growing really well. So hopefully that works out for them. So I have 2 bags of stuff. This is of pin oak leaves that I boiled, and some twigs from pin oak, and some acorn shells and acorns, all from the pin oak tree, which is the same thing that produced this. I cut it right off, as you can see. And then these are some slate rocks that I kind of want to spiffy up this area just with bigger ones that he can't swallow or anything. And he's a big lizard, so he's not going to have any trouble, you know, getting harmed or anything like that. He won't. Then I have some twigs from the pin oak that I might stick in just to make it look a little bit cooler. Now the slate rocks are just for looks, but the sticks and leaves, the isopods will break down, and that'll give nutrients to the plants. And it makes it look a heck of a lot more natural and pretty awesome, in my opinion. Tell me that that does not look absolutely amazing. Now to add the iguana back in. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking the iguana out and putting it into the enclosure. I am going to be using a towel because that's how we got him into this tub, is we just sat a towel onto him because he's not super used to us holding him. So now I'm just going to take the towel and kind of lay it over him, and then I'll pick him up. He's over on the other side of this tub. Okay, so I laid it on him. Now I'm going to try to pick him up real gently. So in between the clip that you just saw and the next clip you'll see, nothing bad happened. I just moved him over, except my mom was filming, and she was also filming with her phone because she had like a Facebook thing going on, and her phone went in front of the camera. So that's what happened there. Yeah. And now I'm just going to slowly drop him out of the towel. And now I'm going to close the front, and he can go figure out where he is. He's probably pretty confused. Okay guys, so as you guys know, I really haven't held the iguana in any videos before, but I did the other day and he was really calm, so I'm going to again. So the trick is that I'll wrap a shirt around him, and then that's how I picked him up the last time, and it worked pretty well. So this is just one of my white t-shirts that I have. Now I think he's kind of afraid of my hands touching him, but the white t-shirt he doesn't seem to be bothered about. So we'll see how this goes. I didn't film the last time because I hadn't really done it before as much. Now this is a few days later. See, I have him out. Now, I haven't really done anything with him in the camera before, but I'm not really holding him tight. I'm just making sure that he stays with the, here, I'm going to try to get eye level with him, because in the, well, I don't know. I think it intimidates lizards. I really hope you guys can see this when you're above them, so I try to stay below him when I'm holding him. And again, as he gets older, he should calm out a little bit. Now you're seeing him. This is the most, I think, like the best I've ever held him. The last time my mom was holding him, and he realized that he could, get away, kind of. So that was interesting. So as you can see, the crazy amount of progress. As you know, when we first got him, he actually lost his tail at the pet store, and my brother was picking him up, so he didn't really know what to do. So we got him, and he really wasn't very friendly. But I think from me coming in on the front, and if he like sprints out, I'm still gonna put it in the video, but that would be kind of hilarious that I'm like talking. I have no idea what I'm doing, okay? Just telling you, don't go watch somebody who knows what they're doing. And I've never really found a good how to tame an iguana, because it's never I can relate exactly with that type of thing. But so far, the only thing I can tell you is make him easily accessible. Any iguana, I think, can be tamed. This is literally proof. Like he did lose his tail then, but he also lost his tail with us, and that's when it was a long time ago. It not over a year, but pretty close. And so we always make sure he's like cooled down. Like we make sure he hasn't been basking for a while before we get him out. Now that's not with all lizards, obviously, like tame ones. But that's what we try to make sure. Like the gecko, completely fine, always been fine. I wouldn't imagine any crested gecko would be too crazy. I don't know. The dark den has a pretty crazy crested gecko, but the crested gecko's always been really, really calm with me. So I think after that, after holding him for a while, I really got calm with holding lizards. Like if I was holding the iguana like a year ago when I got him, it's been about a year and a month, I think. Close to it, about 7 days away from a year and a month. I would be shaking. Like I'm like kind of shaking now, but this is really, I'm holding him quite great, I think. Now what I think he should be like how I think I should be holding him is letting him run through my hands, but I just don't know how fast he is, why I'm holding him. So I'm just gonna hold him for a little while longer, and I'll try to turn off this clip because it's getting really, really long. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like it down below. If you have any comments or concerns, please comments below. And if you want more content, then subscribe. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so I just set him down, and he kind of just sat there for a while. So me and my dad kind of played with his tail, because he didn't seem to be minding us too much, until my dad eventually scratched him on the back and he jumped in. Then this is me just, really awkwardly getting into the iguana's terrarium to do the beginning of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a fantastic day.